Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a very special video. Today we're talking about the very best guitars of 2022. All right, you guys, let's jump in and talk about the best of 2022. Now, of course, these are guitars I have hands-on experience with, and I've picked a few that I think bring something really unique, interesting, and of course, a supreme playing experience. So let's jump in and check out the guitars. Now, guitar number one on my list of top guitars of 2022 really took me by surprise. I really wasn't expecting anything quite like this. Now, in a sea of, really awesome single cut guitars, it's hard to stand out from the crowd. But from the moment you pick this up, you know it's something pretty special. This is the Valiant Guitars Smith. And if you want a guitar with custom touches, well, it's hard to beat this. Every aspect of this guitar is completely custom. From the tailpiece, to the bridge, to the pickup surrounds, the truss rod adjustment, the inlays, the nut, even the volume and tone controls, everything is completely custom, including, of course, this amazing finish. Love it. Just that kind of glacier blue. Looks amazing. So yeah, from the moment you pick it up, you know it's a very high-end instrument. It's completely custom in every single way, even the back of the neck. It all just looks absolutely amazing, and I wasn't quite expecting it. So yes, it's a high-end guitar, very, very special, and if you like a guitar that's unlike anything else and just has, like I said, custom touches from, the tip of the headstock all the way to, the strap button, this guitar is absolutely amazing. Number two on my list of top guitars of 2022 is this drop-dead gorgeous Deadvola Z. It's made in Japan, super shredder guitar, but there's a few elements that really make it stand out from the crowd, which we'll talk about in a second. Of course, we like locking tuners, bone nut, roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, all of that stuff, should be expected in this price tier. But what really caught my eye with this guitar and made me fall in love is the versatility of tones. You don't always see that on like super shredder type guitars. But we've got a 5-way switch, which of course is very versatile as is. But if you pull out on the tone control here, it splits the humbucker and splits the rail pickup in the neck. So you can get some Strat type tones. And of course you got the true single coil here. So you can go into this mode where the 5-way switch really sounds more like a Strat than a super Strat. You put it in and of course you've got your full humbucker and your full rail pickup and you're ready to shred. So I love that. In the volume, if you pull that out, it adds the neck pickup wherever you are. So if you're in your bridge, you pull out this and you've got these two pickups on at the same time, or if you're in position 2 or 4, whatever, you can get all 3 pickups on at the same time, which is pretty cool. If that weren't enough, you also have a direct out. So if you just want to bypass everything and just go straight into shred or really aggressive mode, you hit that button and you're there. So it can be as tame or as wild as you like, which I love. And of course, there's no veneers in this price tier. So the top is solid maple, just absolutely gorgeous. It's light, it's ergonomic, supremely playable. Love this guitar. Number 3 on my top guitars of 2022 is the Saint John from PJD Guitars. Now, this guitar is exquisitely well made. It's handmade in the UK. It's got elements of Telecaster. It's got elements of Jazzmaster. It's got a humbucker in the bridge, P90 in the neck. Now, it's not going to be the most versatile guitar you ever played, but what it does is, well, it sounds different than almost anything else out there. It's got an ash body with a very thin finish on it. And as I said, exquisitely well made. Just plays like a dream. Roasted maple neck. Middle position is one of my favorite. Like I said, it sounds unlike almost any other guitar, which is why it's on my list, because it's so fun to play. And yeah, throwing it in that middle position just gets some really interesting tones. So it's unlike so many other guitars out there. Beautifully built, so much fun to play. It inspires you to play in a different way when you have this kind of like pickup layout. Very bare bones, but what it does is it sounds good, plays amazing, built exquisitely. This is the PJD, and that's why it's on the list. Now, 2022 was the very first year I ever played a Heritage guitar. This is the Heritage H150. This is a custom core, so it's the quintessential, 50s You pick it up, you feel like, you know, you're picking up a bit of history. It smells great because of the nitro finish. Feels great. It's exquisitely made by hand, and yeah, sounds amazing. So it's hard to get better than this. It is very high-end and very expensive. So actually, I'm not putting this one on my list, although it really could have a spot on the list. I'm going with the H535. I bought that guitar and I absolutely fell in love. It was the first Heritage I ever bought, and that guitar, well, it just sings. It's not quite as expensive as the custom core. It's the standard version. Yeah, and I just loved everything about that guitar. It was very resonant. It made you want to, you know, pick it up and play it. You know, play those big, slow, bluesy bends, those jazz chords. So that guitar is actually on my list of top guitars of 2022. Now, before I list my final top guitar of 2022, here are two honorable mentions. On one hand, we have another Vola. This is the Vasti, which is the single cut version, and this is the KJM model. As you can see, a really interesting guitar. 2 humbuckers and a true single coil, 5-way switching, so very versatile. It's got a trem system that works, also adds to the versatility. It's got a toggle switch so that you can split the humbuckers. It's a thin line, it's fun to play, it's made in Japan. It was just barely kind of outshone by that OZ, but this thing looks absolutely amazing in that white and gold. So if you like that aesthetic, I think there's also a black and gold version of this one as well. Looks absolutely killer. So yes, absolutely a lifetime guitar, and really could share the spotlight with that OZ. But yeah, and the other one is the Sterling. This is the Majesty. It's too expensive to make my list for the best guitars of 2022 mid-range edition. I did that video just recently. So this one's just a little bit too much money to make that list, and it's not the official Music Man version. So it really, you know, can't quite make, you know, the high-end list either, but it's an amazing guitar. Stainless steel frets, DiMarzio pickups, locking tuners. It's lightweight, it's fun to play, and it gives you, you know, that high-end prog rock experience out of a guitar that's not like thousands and thousands of dollars. So this is also on the list for honorable mentions. Now in 2022, I played on 2 Duesenberg guitars, both exquisitely well made, beautiful instruments, but only one makes the list. And I still submit the best trem system I've ever played on. That's if you don't need huge like diving capabilities and all that kind of stuff. But if you need like a floating trem, that's like the sweetest, smoothest trem you've ever played. The Duesenberg can't be beat in my opinion. So which one made the list? Well, the Star Player TV Fullerton. Everything about that guitar just screams unique, from the body shape to, of course, that trem system, which I mentioned, humbucker in the bridge, P90 in the neck, and a 3-way switch. So definitely not very versatile, similar to like the PJD Saint John, which I mentioned earlier, but it brings something completely different to the table. The tones are unlike anything else, which is what I loved about the Saint John. The same thing here with the Fullerton. So if you need something unique, different, fun to play, exquisitely well made, well, you can't go wrong with the Duesenberg. So those are my top picks for guitars in 2022. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the more affordable version and the more high-end version as well. If there's any guitars you'd like to see me demo in 2023, well, drop them in the comment section below. I'd love to, you know, see what you guys would like to see on the channel. And other than that, I'll link to all these guitars if you want more information in terms of specs and pricing and all that kind of stuff. That will be down in the video description below. Other than that, have yourself a great week. Take care.